Hey, look, listen. Spoilers ahead. Evil beware. Now on to the show.
Oh, do we want me to do like a ukulele solo to bring us in?
Do we?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
But make sure you have that ready for the end.
Hello?
You can play it on the outro.
Chase, I'm kidding. I don't know how to play the
You can
ukulele.
play it on the outro.
Look, this is what I can do.
This is why we're never going to be successful. This is definitely the beginning now, isn't it?
That's all I've got.
Oh dear. The darkness stops his cackle mid-cackle. The darkness stops his cackling mid-cackle. But what could scare him so much that he would stop laughing? After all this time staying so calm, cool, and collected, the powerful darkness shows signs of uncertainty. This is the moment he finally meets his match. This is the moment where he will no longer reign supreme. This is the moment above all other moments. A moment when someone else gets to sit on the throne. A moment where one doesn't have to fear going to sleep at night and being surrounded by the darkness. A moment when one can look at their life up until this point and say, yes, yes, this is what it all led up to. And this is when it ends. The darkness stares ahead. George turns. Kick Puncher turns to see Eric standing with the darkness stretched, trying to hold him down. I've had enough of this. Eric stomps the ground as he begins to change form. George yells out, "No! Don't let the curse mark take control!" With his curse mark activated, Eric cracks his neck to the side. Well, it's time to end this. The darkness says, "Oh dear." Eric teleports right in front of the darkness. A flash of light blinds everyone. Time passes. More time passes. Kick Puncher and George rub their eyes, and then they see the darkness is gone. And Eric is standing with his head down and his hand pointed towards the heavens. Eric's body collapses to the ground. Welcome to BakaTaka.
How many main characters did you just shove into me? You had me as Meliodas. You had me as Tokyo Ghoul Bro. You had me as Jotaro. And then you had me as Kamina.
Yeah.
And Sasuke with the curse mark.
And Sasuke. Well, I was doing Meliodas with that. But
I was thinking Naofumi from Shield Hero too.
We're all different people.
Yeah.
what on earth? That was better than the filler last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey everybody, welcome
Wait,
to
did you just die?
BakaTaka, episode 11.
No fell.
But I said welcome to BakaTaka.
But yeah, but like
Pointing to that. Welcome to BakaTaka.
wasn't that like the last thing you did? You're dead now.
In my Dead Chase lore.
You'll
We'll know
have to
in
come
2
back
weeks.
next week and find
Okay.
out.
Like and subscribe.
Ring that bell.
Hey everybody,
And with
welcome to
that, the episode's
BakaTaka
over.
11. Welcome to BakaTaka episode 11. Woo!
Episode double ones.
I thought it was 12.
No, it was 10 last week because we
Yeah.
talked about the double digits.
What do I know? I just have a degree in engineering. I can't count.
That's what computers do, and I only mess with computers. Let's see. I guess we'll start off with some news. The only news thing I had written down was that E3 just happened.
Oh, that's pretty much all my news.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a little bit. They leaked / Google just put out a picture of the Pixel 4, so that's cool.
Oh, their new gaming.
That's not that Chinese
No,
Hummel.
that's
so.
Stadia. That's different.
Oh,
Yeah.
their new gaming cell phone.
Anyway,
I mean, yeah, kind of. That's probably going to be a big thing.
back to
thing or
relevant
whatever.
topics.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like your stuff, you got a lot of stuff. I didn't follow E3 all that much.
E3 is just.
I looked at pretty much only not Netflix,
Netflix.
Nintendo. I pretty much only looked at Nintendo. I think
That's a
did
lot of
Netflix
stuff.
actually have a small presentation? Because
Did they?
Who?
I don't know.
The two?
Netflix. I don't know if they had like a
Uh-huh.
presentation at E3, but they have announced stuff because they're going to go more in line with all that interactive kind of things, which is semi-game
Oh, like the
related-ish.
choose your own story thing?
Yeah, so
Oh.
they're doing more with that. I think they had some kind of announcement regarding stuff like
I
that.
mean-
I don't know if it was E3 related. Though.
I
I'm
really,
not
I
sure.
really didn't see. I didn't pay too much
It's not
attention to
super
the stuff
important.
like specifics in E3.
Okay.
The only things I really looked at were Square Enix
Okay.
and the Nintendo announcements.
Yeah, I watched Nintendo's,
Yeah.
and then everything else has just been kind of auxiliary headlines.
Yeah,
stuff
or just
that I've
like
seen.
off the walls, like the
Keanu Reeves.
thing.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
Consider me buying. I'm buying the PS4.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is in Cyberpunk 2077. It's
Yeah.
over.
But I mean, like the Bethesda and stuff like that, I didn't really pay attention to.
Okay. Yeah.
and
neither
then
did
just
I.
like the side announcements that came with everything, like the Persona 5 trailer dropped during
So-
E3, but it wasn't at
Yeah, I haven't
E3.
seen that.
From what I saw, that was the same trailer that they had. It was just in English.
Oh, was that the same trailer?
Yeah, I think it was the same trailer.
Okay.
It was just in English.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
I
excited
also-
for Astral Chain.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
I love Platinum.
I've heard good things about the Doom Eternal trailer.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
Apparently
I've heard
people
really
are
good
really
things.
hyped for that.
The
I haven't played the first one though.
How
I
they
need to.
they started it off crazy too, because literally the opening is just him chainsawing a demon, just right. At
I
the
mean,
start.
Like,
so the
seriously,
original
I mean,
game,
what
like,
other-
just
how else would you start?
right, but it's just
so
like
good.
it's just right off the bat.
Just
no,
boom, right into it.
0 to
Yeah.
100.
The first game, it takes like less than 10 seconds, and
Yeah.
you're like ripping yourself out of like a chair and stuff, and like throwing it at
It's
aliens'
it's
heads or something.
crazy.
like that.
Yeah.
I really need to play the first one and play the
Yeah.
second one
Yeah.
when it comes
On
out.
your PS4.
Yeah, I need to get one.
The,
The games that I want to play are mounting up, and I'm gonna need a
Oh, yeah.
PS4 to do it.
the new Tales game.
Oh
was
yeah,
shown
the
there.
2020.
They're bringing
Yeah.
Tales to like the new age. Did you see the trailer for the Tales of Rise?
I didn't actually see it. I just heard
All the
about it.
old Tales games you know of, their
Okay.
combat is super fast now. It looks super fluid. It looks super like
Ooh.
new gen. It doesn't look like any of the old Tales games. It looks.
That's
it's either going to
interesting.
be a huge hit or just going to be a flop, and they're never going to do it again.
Well, okay, so it sounds like we're going to be talking about a lot of like upcoming video games, E3 related stuff.
For
Do we
news
want
now.
to just run through anime related and then get to that?
I'm going to
How
get
do you
to
wanna-
what
do
we
you wanna-
watch and stuff later.
Okay,
But, I mean, this is probably going to be
that's
a
fine.
lot longer.
Oh, gotta mute the phone.
Dudes, come on!
Please silence your phones, ladies and
Wow!
gentlemen.
Whoops.
Wow!
Whoops! But
Mute your phones,
but
boys.
the new Tales of Rise was announced. So it was leaked before it even was shown. And it
Rule
looked pretty
numero
good.
uno.
You forgot to remind me.
What do you mean? You
You
remind
usually-
me.
I was going to say usually remind us.
Yeah, you're right.
And
I'm
I-
like, hey guys.
I'm a full idiot. But Tales of Rise, and the trailer looked good. It actually got leaked before it was even shown, and it was pretty much the leak was pretty much the same thing. It was
Okay.
pretty,
A lot
it
of
was
stuff
pretty good.
got leaked.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Like
That's
Doom.
cool.
Doom
but I mean, it
got
looks
leaked.
good.
Yeah.
They're finally bringing it to the new age, which I didn't really like Berseria. I heard Berseria was good. I hated Zestiria. Vesperia was good.
Mm.
These are
Right.
probably all just words. You should play Vesperia on Switch.
Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah, Vesperia.
Vesperia.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've seen that before. I don't know anything
Is that
about
the
series,
ufotable
though.
opening ones?
Yes.
They did the
no,
openings for
that's
that?
Zestiria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're looking to get into Tales, get
Oh,
Vesperia.
Vesperia, that's the 360 one.
Yeah, that's the 360
Duh.
one.
I heard that there was someone at E3 who was basically getting like all of the information about different press conferences and stuff
Mm-hmm.
before the press conferences. Like, I don't know, maybe they were like in a sound booth or whatever. So, you know, they go
Yeah.
up there, do a sound check or whatever, and they
Yeah.
run through everything. They just saw it all. So they knew what, and they were keeping track and posting it. Apparently they got contacted by like Nintendo's lawyers or whatever, and they were like, look, if you tell people about this stuff before we do it, we're going to consider it like insider trading secrets, and we
Yeah.
will come after you with everything we can. And they were like,
Yeah.
yo, what?
Nintendo,
they backed
please.
off. Yeah, because
But I mean-
Nintendo takes that stuff serious.
So many things can get leaked now because it has to pass through so many hands.
Mhm.
And then there's like the whole cloud system that a lot of people use to that people
Yeah.
just kind of get into.
Well, that was so tangentially related, but still a thing that I'm a fan of. So, like I said, the Google Pixel 4 pictures got leaked / released.
Mm-hmm.
So people had started leaking it. And if you're not familiar with the Pixel 3 was probably the most leaked phone ever. Like, we literally knew what it looked like, everything that it was going to be able to do, all the specs and stuff. Like, people had literally just accidentally left them in cabs, and people were getting their hands on them, like, in public. And they were like, hey, guys, this is the device. I have it here. Some dude let it slip out of his pocket in a taxi.
That's their
and now it's
marketing
mine.
scheme.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
doing it to get attention.
It was like months ahead they had released all this because people had just found it out. They did not do a good job of hiding it like Apple or someone else would. But anyway, it was leaked into oblivion. So there was literally nothing we didn't already know, essentially. And that started for the Pixel 4 like this past week. Some people were releasing images, like renders, some things like one of the big things when a phone comes out, obviously, you know, people make cases for it. So to make those cases, the phone manufacturers will send like basically just a metal block that's cut out to look like the phone to these manufacturers for the cases so that they can get the dimensions and everything they need to make the cases. So people were like taking pictures of those and sending them out and stuff. And then Google's just like, screw it. And they just released like an official picture of, hey guys, here's what it looks like. Yeah. Just wait until you see what it does. and they just left it there. And everyone was like, what? That's not how you do this. Because the phone, if it follows the same system that they've gone with all the other Pixels, they'll announce it late September and then release it in October. So they released this image like 4 months ahead of schedule. Yeah. Which is interesting. But that's aside the point. We just we're talking about leaks and I wanted to bring that up. So
that's fine.
Back.
It's leaking.
There's a ton. there's always leaks.
Oh, yeah.
At E3 and everything.
Oh, yeah. Which I'm not really sure why I understand the leaks matter, considering it's literally going to be announced a day or two later than the leak.
It was like the Pokemon Sword and Shield leaks. It was literally just some dude on 4chan was like, here's a list of things that are going to be in Sword and Shield. And then a week later, the Direct came out and everybody was like, he's pretty much 100% right.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't change anything. And I guess there are some leaks that could make it, like, you could say it changed, like, stock market stuff, but, like, that's so
the leaks that matter are the people that somehow get copies, like, a week early from, like, Amazon screw-ups or because they work at GameStop or something, and they just start posting things nonstop.
Yeah, and they're like, and they just, like, especially if they bash a game. Yeah. If they bash a game and they can provide any kind of background that they've actually played it, I can see that really hurting things. And it has in the past.
Those are the worst kind of leaks. Like Monster Hunter World, when it came out like 2 years ago, some dude got a copy like a week early and really speed ran the game, the entire thing. And it was like, yeah, you can beat the game with like basic equipment. Here's what I did, blah, blah, blah. Not that many monsters. Everybody was like, why are you leaking this?
Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah,
he ruined the game for a lot of people, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World? That one's more for the online, isn't it, though?
That's every Monster Hunter, pretty much. But
every after the PSP.
Yeah, but it's just he got a copy early and pretty much played through in like a week early.
I miss the good old days of Monster Hunter when you had the PSP and you would like talk with your friends and be like, we're fighting the Rafflos this week. Get your electric traps ready, boys.
That's still pretty much no one has friends anymore.
Well, that's just like the fun. There's efficient ways of doing it. There's fun ways of doing it. There's actually Monster Hunter Generations on Switch is 50% off right now. It's like $20 or something. It's really good.
I I have World sitting over there, but
I'm waiting for the expansion for World.
Yeah, I played Try Ultimate on Wii, and I
love Monster Hunter.
I stopped liking
good. It just wasn't. It wasn't for me.
I love Monster Hunter. I'm a Gunlands main.
It took a lot.
I'm a normal Lance.
I think that was one of the.
Yeah.
So Try was one of the earlier ones that really got to the whole online thing. Like you had to play with friends. Yeah. And I didn't really have the ability to do that then, so I kind of just played alone. And you could really only do so much when you're playing by yourself. Which kind of caps you a bit.
That's when I actually stopped playing, was when the online stuff became more of a thing. I miss the good old where you just
Monster Hunter World you can just play by yourself. I did most of the campaign solo.
Yeah, but man, like
it's not the same.
I had so much fun, like where we would prep stuff like a week ahead or something like that and be like, okay, well, we're gonna see each other on Wednesday, so let's fight this stuff like on Wednesday. And it was like a whole like, we would prep, we would get our traps ready, make sure to polish our armor a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we'd meet up and we'd do it, and we'd either lose or we would.
But I mean, that's like rose-tinted goggles of people looking back at vanilla WoW and old WoW.
Yeah.
Be like, this is how it was back in the day, and this is how it is now.
Yeah, now if you went back and actually played it that way, you'd probably be like, yeah, this is
Because I'm
nostalgic, sure, but
Yeah.
it's not good.
Well, so
You know.
split screen Halo is always better. Like when you go back, that's no rose tinted goggles.
But isn't that just because those Halo games were actually better than the new ones?
End of
Huh.
conversation.
But it is rose-tinted goggles in the sense that everybody's gotten older, and the meta of playing games is a lot different now.
It is. That's changed a lot.
Like the way people play video games now is different than how they played video games 10, 15 years ago.
You don't think about things the same way.
Yeah, you
because
don't use touch screens back then.
Well, that's part of it.
I would say, but a lot of ways people play video games now is optimizing it while
Yeah.
they go through it. And so people are so anal about doing things right, missing things, or
Yeah, games
It's-
didn't always used to be about that. Because, like, I don't know, because early games were based on, I mean, if you just go back to, like, the original Mario, I mean, sure, it's still, like, the same core game, but
yeah.
from what I understand, the whole reason like you have a score kind of thing that you can do is because it was much more arcade focused back
Yeah.
then. It was like
There was
high
an arcade version of it,
high
too.
score was a thing.
Yeah.
You go through a level and you get a high score. Sure, you beat the level, but if someone beat the level with a higher score, they did it better. Now
Yeah.
you're like, why does it even have this score thing in it? Does it
Yeah.
matter? No
Well, I
one,
mean,
no
Gotta
one really
get
cares
so I
about
guess
it.
games than I did last time.
Score got weirdly changed into like achievements and
Speedrunning.
trophies.
And speed
Yeah.
running.
Well,
Things-
speedrunning is a different sense because there's speedrunning back in the day.
Yeah.
Speedrunning's been around since like 95.
It was,
But it was
much different then.
Yeah.
It wasn't as
It's
popular.
much better.
It wasn't as much. It wasn't as
Yeah.
vocal back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything's more vocal now too because,
Yeah.
the internet, everybody's got a platform.
Yes.
But these are super side tangent related.
Yep. Yep.
Getting back to
E3 stuff.
back to other E3, a whole bunch of other stuff, Final Fantasy stuff, Final Fantasy Remaster got announced.
Oh
if you're
yeah,
into
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's
And
Fantasy
it looks so good. How did they make it look so good?
Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah, how did they all make it? Oh my gosh, did you see where they came from? And now it's 20 years later and it looks great.
No, that's the Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Did
No.
they talk about that was the one that people really latched onto
so-
because they
So
showed it
the
more
Final
at E3,
Fantasy
didn't
the
they?
Final Fantasy 7 remake
Yeah.
is literally just updating the game to new systems, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there's literally an
15s
article
and-
is like, how could they change this much? It's literally been like 15 years since
It's
the last
yeah,
game.
that's all it is. It's like, oh
Yeah.
look,
But the
new
fun-
technology, better graphics. Like, what do you want?
But the Final Fantasy 7 remake trailer was shown. That was really good. The Final Fantasy 8 remaster is the original game just updated to 1080.
Gotcha.
Whatever they update games to. Fantasy Star 2.
Fantasy Star Online 2.
That's-
Why are we getting it 10
I was gonna-
years
I was
later?
gonna Fantasy Star Online 2 it's more
That
of,
game came out in 2014
Yeah.
or something like that.
It's just
Wait,
like-
so is this a sequel or a remake?
It's the
the Fantasy Star
game.
Online 2 MMO that Japan has.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that-
Finally
they-
so
came
it's the
over.
same game. It's just getting
Yeah.
ported
Yeah,
over here.
they
But-
announced it coming here way back when it
Yeah.
came out there, but
Yeah.
it just never came out.
But it
Wait,
never
'cause
came out
Sega-
here.
Is it- getting any kind of update, or is it literally the same?
They're just
exact
bringing the
game?
game over.
But it's 10 years old.
It's an online game.
Yeah. But the weird thing is,
Okay.
the hardcore people that did play, they're like, why do I care about this? Because I had the English patch for the
So they already
Japanese
had the
game.
game, essentially.
And they're like, I've already put like 5,000 hours into this.
so it's not really going to bring anyone new into it, essentially.
It's just gonna be the console.
If they
stuff.
wanted to play
Yeah.
it, they've already played it.
Like they'll
well,
get
that would be the PC people.
they'll,
Oh,
PC
true,
crowd.
okay.
they'll get a wave of people to come in, but it's more just like, this is really cool that you're doing this, but it's a big just like, why are you doing it?
The
Okay.
plus side is Switch. It's
Yeah.
on Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anything coming to the Switch these days is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Switch
it's not coming to
Yeah.
Vita.
I mean,
Did anything get announced for Vita? I
No,
I
they're-
doubt that.
they're
The
done
Vita's
with
dead
that.
now.
They're
at
not
this
even
point.
announcing like top Vita sales of like the month anymore.
No.
I
If
mean,
you want
nothing
anything-
is coming to 3DS anymore.
no, I mean, they've canceled
3DS is
completely.
done.
That's weird though. That's
But, like,
weird to me.
If you want anything Vita, it would be like Tokyo Game Show, because only like maybe smaller
True.
Japanese companies are
Yeah,
releasing stuff on
maybe.
Vita.
and
still.
then maybe PSX where
yeah,
They might just be like, oh, here's some indie games coming.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, apparently, was it Just Dance 2020 is coming to Wii,
Yeah.
but not Wii U, just
Yeah.
Wii, I think, from what I heard.
But how you would have to get a hard
It's
copy, right?
I probably.
Oh, yeah,
It's just like the
definitely.
Wii store is shut down.
Yeah,
The Wii Store
yeah.
service is
You'd
shut
have to
down.
get a hard. I don't understand. It's like Just Dance is like that one person, like, you know, at some event, everyone starts clapping, and they're that one person that just claps right at the end. Just the only person at the very end, they have to clap one last time, so they're the last person clapping. But for some reason, they did that, and then they did it again. And now they're gonna do it one more time.
And now everyone's
we're
looking at them, and they're
we're
like, "Stop
still
clapping."
not sure if they're done clapping. You know?
So you
What's
look over and
going
you're just
on?
like, dude, you done?
Why are you doing
we
this?
get it, guy. We get it.
I don't understand it.
Astral Chain.
Astral. That
Astral
looks.
Chain looks
What
good.
all the gameplay and everything they showed was so good.
It looks.
Like,
I'm excited.
I don't get a lot of games like full price day one these days, but I would get that full price day one.
I've already got it pre-ordered.
Do you actually have it already pre-ordered?
I had it pre-ordered when the last trailer.
I don't think I have pre-ordered.
I mean, I saw it. It's on my wish list, but I was like, I don't know if I want to get it. But after seeing E3, I was like, this is sold.
Yeah.
It
looks so good.
Yeah.
Dude,
I want to know
just
how
even
long it
visually.
is.
It's.
I mean, probably standard platinum. Those games
'Cause
are 15 to 25 hours.
Did
usually.
Platinum do
so-
Bayonetta?
They did Bayonetta too.
and they did Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Nier
yeah.
Automata is a lot longer.
It's like
That's not
Wonderful
really
101,
long.
Beautiful Joe.
Metal
Oh,
Gear
Beautiful Joe was
Rising.
done. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, their games are
Okay,
their
they
games
have
are
good games
actually
then.
their games are actually pretty short for the most
So
part.
That's
they're
what I
very
thought, because I know
20,
Wonderful.
Yeah,
101
they're very
was
short, but there's a lot of high skill
Score.
cap
Yeah.
into it to do stuff in it.
Get the high score. Oh,
Yeah.
but going back to score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely interested in that game.
But yeah, Astral Chain, it looked really good.
It looks cool.
So excited.
I don't
Just
know,
like
even
the
care.
premise. The premise just looks really cool.
Yeah. But I don't even care if it's like, it doesn't make sense or not. Just the gameplay and the
Yeah.
setting just looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
could not
it's got
agree
that
more.
standard platinum look.
Mm.
Fire Emblem 3 or Fire Emblem 3 Houses, the trailer was shown.
It looks good,
The
but I've
gameplay
never
was
done
shown.
Fire Emblem, so it didn't
Yeah.
really bring a
I mean,
whole
there's
lot
some
for
plenty
me.
of JRPGs I would get into before Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it looked good. It's just standard Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
They'll probably sell a bunch because Fire Emblem's been doing really good lately. On top
It
of them
has.
having like 50 characters in Smash.
How many Fire Emblem games have come out since Awakening was the one that they came out?
That
They
was-
came
that
out
was
with
the
Awakening,
DS,
and that
yeah.
was the one that brought the whole Fire Emblem thing back. How many have been released since then?
So there was Awakening, there was Birthright, Conquest, and the neutral route in that. So technically 3 routes.
Okay.
And then there's Shadows of Valencia. And then technically there was Warriors, but that's not really.
That's not really. Well, we're not counting.
So
that.
it's like 4.
So 5, like 4 or 5. Kind
Yeah.
of thing. Okay.
That's
That's-
modern
That's
Fire
good.
Emblem.
And
Yeah.
Awakening came out in 2013, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds
Something
about right.
back then.
I got it
That's
when
not
I
bad.
got when the 2DSs were new and X and Y was new.
Oh. wow.
Yeah.
X and Y.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire Emblem,
Hey, if they're making new stuff, I like that. Even if I'm not the target demographic, or
Yeah.
I mean, I am target demographic.
Yeah.
I just, I mean,
Well, I mean, just
it's not my game.
If you're a Fire Emblem fan, cool, more stuff.
Cool.
If you're not, so they're changing up a lot of systems in it. So it's
That's
gonna be,
what I got.
It's going to
impression
be
of.
like a new kind of deal,
Okay.
but there's still going to be like time travel and stuff apparently in it, which is
Mm.
always weird.
I did not know
Then,
that time travel was in
hey.
those a whole lot.
Bring up the mascot character.
The what?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
There's some other stuff I want to get to first.
Okay.
Do you ever play the Mana series, like Secret of Mana?
Oh
and
no,
stuff like
no,
that?
but
I have not.
I've seen those. Yeah,
Trials of Mana Seiken Densetsu
Yeah.
3 is finally coming to the West.
I saw it.
Yeah.
How long has it been since it was released?
It's an old like Super Nintendo game, right?
Oh, okay.
Trials of Mana?
Sounds right.
Yeah, pretty much all the Mana games are all Super Nintendo games and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But,
so is this updated
so-
or is it just a straight?
It was
Release.
never released in the West.
Okay.
And we only had fan translations. But
Okay.
now it's getting an official release in the West.
Is it just an official, localization, or is it updated or something at all?
I think it's a updated version of an old the old game.
Okay.
So it's like a port master
Okay.
localization thing, all in one, just being tossed into us.
Okay. Cool.
And then
cool.
the Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition. is coming.
that looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
More in-
I've never played Dragon Quest, like a mainline game like that. Nah, it looked interesting.
I played a lot of them. I played Dragon Quest XI on PC when it came out. and I got all the achievements.
I played one on my 3DS.
Speaking of Dragon Quest.
Oh yeah,
Smash.
Oh, yeah,
Smash.
Smash
We're talking about
character.
Smash now. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just
Yeah, we can just
throw it in there.
We've got what's his name?
Banjo, because
He's just Hero.
Yeah,
oh,
he's
it's
just-
just your
he-
character.
he's just a hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got him and Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo, because
So-
I love that
So
trailer.
they weren't super clear, unless maybe I just missed it. Those are both the Fighter Pass characters.
Yeah.
Those are the next
it's like
two
the
Fighter
ultimate
Pass
DLC fighter.
Banjo's
Okay.
not coming out for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Banjo's
what
not
it
saying
said.
for. But okay, so I wasn't sure if like
Yeah.
one of them was Fighter Pass and then one they're like, well, this one's separate. You're just
Yeah.
getting him
Mhm.
for free, kind of thing.
The-
I think it's just both. Fighter
I
Pass.
think if Banjo's the one that people have been like trying to yell at them to like get in
Oh,
since
yeah.
like May,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I
Him
mean,
and
both
Waluigi.
these characters, because I think we had a conversation a long time ago.
I think
where
we did.
When I tossed it, I was like, it would be cool if they brought in the hero from Dragon Quest. 'cause
Yeah.
they've got a few other JRPGs, but just
When Joker was like getting ready to come out, people were talking about like
Yeah.
Fire.
well, it's just like they
not
brought
Fire
in
Emblem, Dragon Quest.
Xenoblade, the Xenoblade
Sure.
characters. They
Yeah.
brought in Cloud. They
Well,
brought in some other JRPG
People thought that he was the hero was going to come in because they already essentially knew that Dragon Quest XI was coming to Switch.
Yeah,
So there wasn't really any doubt that he was
the
coming.
like Ultimate Edition. or
but it's just like
Whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
I mean, it was kind of
whatever
like,
adjectives they used to
yeah.
describe the game.
it was kind of like a left field edition because it was just like he wasn't announced, it wasn't like leaked
Yeah.
or anything. It was just like, hey, we're bringing in the hero.
Yeah, I mean, more characters
I'm
in Smash,
perfectly-
I'm good with it.
Perfectly fine with it.
I don't know how they're gonna put more characters on the roster screen.
Yeah.
Like, how
It's
are
just-
they going to arrange this so
that
it looks
really
good?
tiny.
Hero is going to be another sword character.
Yeah, they're gonna get
There's so
folders.
many-
They're
'cause
gonna
every-
get folders. There's
every
gonna be a
single-
sword characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just that's actually a good idea. They
Mario
should just do
characters. Yeah.
because like every single Fire Emblem character is a sword character.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Robin,
Oh, yeah, Robin.
and Corrin are both
Robin's-
fairly different.
Robin's
Yeah.
got a
But they're mainly like magic.
Yeah.
All their combos.
But
are built
all
around
the
magic.
others are like just sword characters,
Yeah.
and they're different, but they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You know.
It's just they've got different speed combos are a little different power here and there.
Exactly, but yeah, Lucina's my favorite. I'll say that. I
Yeah.
think if I had to say like I mained one character in Smash, it'd probably be Lucina. And I'm not great with her. I'm not great with any character, but I do like Lucina.
I know. Yeah, I think I know like 2 other people who main Lucina also. or
I mean,
something
a lot
like
of
that.
people man the Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah, swords are good.
Yeah.
I mean, Ike's still
mean,
broken.
And it's just pretty much sword characters. If you're just getting into it, sword characters and Spaceys. Pick one of those and learn
And
the game.
what?
Spaceys.
Species.
Fox, Falco.
Oh, I can't. They're too fast. I can't
Yeah.
control that.
Or just play
Just
Wolf.
play Wolf. He's smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. But
He's
that's
got-
cool.
He's got what? He's got his claw attack. His Wolverine slice.
And his
Banjo Kazooie.
super disgusting gun.
Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie.
What
I'm
about
just
that?
thinking-
I like how they showed him as Duck Hunt.
That was-
man.
I like
If
the
they-
whole animation.
If they actually just ended that like as a just like a little short tease, and they just like they're
People
like,
would
no,
be
he's
like,
not
what does
coming.
it mean?
They're like, no, he's not coming.
I hope they bring in the Banjo Kazooie soundtrack with it too.
I think they'll have to.
I wouldn't doubt.
I mean, but
so
like,
they're gonna put a little Smash Brothers twist onto it, how they do for all their songs.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
but it's just as long as just something comes in and goes like ikum okum. I'm excited.
I like it.
Okay, what's next? What else?
Do
Was there?
we need to talk about Pokemon? Or
Oh,
did
hell
you want
yeah.
to hold
Yeah.
that on for a little bit? Were there other...
There's
let's
something-
talk about Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh yeah.
I think
yeah.
Luigi's Mansion might be probably one of my top 5 Nintendo IPs. Maybe even top 3.
Oh, okay, Nintendo.
I love Luigi's Mansion. I love the first one.
I
The
thought you were
second
gonna
one,
say
I
top
was a huge fan of the second one, though I wasn't super pleased with the whole like mission-based concept instead of just having a mansion and going to explore it. But I understand why they did it because it was like the whole handheld experience.
Yeah.
And I think it worked. I think they took out a little bit of the magic of the first one, you know, because like when you
Mhm.
play the first one, you have the different like ghosts that had their kind of
Yeah.
backstory, who they were, the grandma, the instrument player,
Yeah,
It's just like, oh,
the
this
fat lady in the
this thing.
shower,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wrestler and stuff. It didn't have that because all of them were just kind of cookie cutter one. It looks like 3 is gonna put a little bit of that back.
That's good.
And I'm on board with that. And I think the new controls for like slamming and
Mhm.
the Puff to like push him away. I think that'll be cool. Guigi looks great. Gotta love Guigi.
I was actually a little excited because I played the first one when GameCube came out.
Yeah, because it was a launch title.
Yeah, it was a launch title, and I rented it, and I got like halfway through, and I was like, "This is a really great." I couldn't finish it because I was young and stupid.
Yeah.
Couldn't finish it.
And now people are beating it like half an hour.
Yeah, but I mean that's the speed games in general. Like when Odyssey came out, people were literally speedrunning it day one and got it to like an hour 50 day one.
Yeah, and now, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, side point. I'm actually excited for Luigi Mansion 3. I don't know if I'll get it.
Okay.
It might be one of those I'll wait for a sale, borrow from somebody. Just
I will definitely be picking that up day one.
Animal Crossing
delayed to 2020,
but it was news. All that matters is news came out.
Yes, so news came out. Do you know how bad that was for Nintendo though?
Yeah.
They announced that Animal Crossing was getting pushed back to 2020, and their stock went down like 3.5%, which basically translated to like $1 billion.
Yeah.
They lost $1 billion saying this game got pushed back.
At the same time, at least
That's
they're not going
insane.
But at the same time, at least they're not putting out a bad Animal Crossing.
No, I mean they never. Every time Nintendo says we're delaying a game, I have no problem with it because I know I can't think of one game where they said
saying where what's it called? You if you delay a game, then you delay the game, but it's better than putting out like a broken game.
Yeah.
Or a broken game is broken forever.
I cannot think of a single game Nintendo has put out that they've had to delay and it didn't amaze me.
Yeah.
I can't.
And that's why I don't like a lot of like early access games or when broken games come out now. They're just like, oh yeah, we can patch it though.
And they never do that because
it's just like
why
release it to the point where you were like, oh, we need to patch it. Release it to where like you only need to patch it because major game breaking bugs were like found. You know, because this person can glitch through this wall and do this level this way. Like that's the only reason you need to patch a game.
Exactly.
It's not like, oh, we're releasing a broken game that's not finished and we're just going to patch it on the way. That's not good practice that I like.
There's new stuff like they were chopping down trees and getting wood. Is this like Minecraft now?
It's I don't know. Oh, did you see that?
It was for their camping supplies or something.
I don't know. I
didn't really look into it. I just saw the announcement. I was like,
it's
I'm
so
happy.
Weird for me because every time a new Animal Crossing game comes out, I say, I got the last one. I played it for a while, and I'm like, I just do the same thing. I play it for a while, I put it down, I never pick it up again. Like, why do I keep buying it? And you know what I do every time? I buy it.
Yep.
I buy it every time, and I'm sure it's gonna be no different. I'm gonna be like, Animal Crossing, I don't need it. Oh well. It's out and it looks kind of good. Guess I'll buy it.
There was several times, like last year, where I wanted to play New Leaf, but Chris still has I have 2 copies apparently, and he has both of them. And like I was just like, I don't have it. I can't play it.
I just want to know how Tom Nook is going to steal my money this time.
Apparently, Rossetti got fired or something. Mr. Rossetti's not coming back. From what I understand, I'm not sure.
I just want to know.
It's like an island, isn't it, or something like that?
He's a mole. He can go underwater.
Yeah, you're right.
Just go under the ground, under the water.
Or how
makes sense.
Or if Isabella's going to be there.
Oh yeah. Oh, Isabella's a good character.
Yeah.
She's
so.
But I mean, did they show anything for Room Factory?
I don't think so.
I might have seen it. I don't
because I know it's coming for Switch, but if they didn't announce anything,
it's
no big deal.
I'm
excited for Room Factory.
They didn't bring up Metroid Prime 4 at all.
Yeah,
I'm not actually surprised that they didn't. But
didn't they just have to reboot that game?
They did. They were like, "Hey,
that game's not going to be ready for a while."
Yeah, they said essentially, "Hey, progress isn't really going the way we want, so we're gonna scrap basically everything. Know what decisions we don't want to make."
Yeah.
And we're going to get Retro involved because Retro apparently wasn't already involved, or at least not to the extent that people would think they should be, considering they made all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So now Retro is more involved, which is, I think, good for the series. But yeah, they didn't talk about that at all.
Put that away.
And I'm kind of fine with that. Put the chicken down.
Don't you dare make any noise.
Put the chicken down and no one gets hurt. Take the chicken from them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Much better.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Okay. So a lot of stuff came out with this.
Yeah, they announced a lot.
There's the Dynamax forms.
That's gonna change the meta.
The fact that there's a free controlling camera in a mainstream Pokemon game.
I'm excited for that. That just sounds
Yeah.
cool.
Because
it's essentially the wild, I think is what they call it. It's essentially an open world.
Yeah.
I really want to know how open world.
There's tall grass and visible Pokemon.
And so they don't think they talked about this in the actual Nintendo Direct, but immediately following the first game they did on the Treehouse was they went straight into Pokemon. And the first thing they said, or one of the first things was, when you're in the tall grass, not the tall grass, when you're in there, and this was a question that I had, because when they showed it, you can see Pokemon just walking around.
Yeah.
So you can, go and fight Pokemon that you know exactly what you're going to fight.
See them.
So it's not random encounters anymore.
Yeah.
So one of the first things they talked about was, when you're in the tall grass, you'll see like an exclamation point pop up, and it'll be like, that'll be a random encounter. So you can avoid the random encounter.
Yeah.
But if you go into it, you don't know what Pokemon it will be.
You can't see
so it's a mixture of both random and known encounters, which I think is a really good concept.
Really
I think finding that balance is going to be the hard part, but if
we were
anyone
talking about
can,
this
Nintendo
before.
can. Yeah.
Because I think they're trying to cater to the casual and the hardcore too. Because the casual, like shiny hunting and chain hunting and stuff like that. Because that was actually a really good mechanic in Let's Go. Was the chain mechanics and multiple things spawning and running around and shiny hunting that way.
Let's Go was like made for,
I like the fact that you can interact with the Pokemon that are just kind of going around. Like you can whistle. I think you might be able to like throw bait and stuff to try to, if you whistle, it'll scare away lower levels or pull like higher levels to you, stuff like that. And then they showed all the weather stuff, how different Pokemon will go to different areas of the wild, and the weather will influence what Pokemon show up. That is really cool.
They showed one thing. They said one thing was, during a thunderstorm, it will have the effects of both rain and electric terrain on the field. You know how disgusting that is for competitive? Okay, so electric terrain powers up electric moves.
Yeah.
Rain makes thunder 100% accurate. When you combine those two, that's a powered up 100% accurate thunder.
So Pikachu just one-shots people.
So it makes me wonder if they're going to have any other like combined terrain effects, like the whole thunderstorm thing.
That's a good question.
How is this going to affect competitive? And that's the other thing, is like the other things that are going to affect competitive, because they said there's going to be no national.
Wait, so just to be clear, you're saying that they're saying, so like for example, a move like is it just rain? It powers up water-based moves essentially, right?
Yeah.
So there's now one, say it's a move instead of just the environment, that would make it thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And it would make it lightning and electric and water types would both be powered up at the same time.
Yeah.
Would you be, if it's not a move though, would it appear in competitive? If a move can't bring it in, if it's just a base, how do they do weather stuff in competitive?
So I don't know if that's just going to be field exclusive, like you only do that in wild Pokemon, or if they're just going to do something crazy with some new Pokemon that's going to be broken. That's like, they get this ability that brings in this terrain. Because there are Pokemon that have like Pelipper that brings in rain.
Yeah.
Torkoal that brings in sun.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a Pokemon that's like, I bring thunderstorms?
Well, then we just throw them up there with Mega Rayquaza and
but it's
don't
just
play with him anymore.
But I mean, like, weather isn't always, the weather setter isn't broken. It's the Pokemon that can abuse the weather or the broken ones.
Correct.
Correct.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Makes me wonder if that's going to be anything competitive.
I'm sure the meta will respond however it
needs to. The meta is going to be
it'll
disgusting in Gen 8.
Because all the Dynamaxing stuff is going to throw things off a lot too.
That, and they said they're not bringing the national decks, so not every single Pokemon is going to be in the game.
Oh.
So if they chop like 400 of them out of the game, how does that shape the meta? So
essentially wouldn't I mean, so I'm not as up to date with the meta of competitive as you are, obviously. Right. But it seems to me like the only solution then would be to have, like a standard national Pokédex and then a separate what's the region called? Gala?
Yeah, Galar. But they just said everything that's in the Galar Dex, that's what's in the game. If it's not in the Galar Dex, it doesn't exist.
They pulled the
Essentially.
Disney. They've
Yeah.
changed the canon.
So that's why a lot of people had that hashtag like bring back the national decks or gotta catch some of them and things like that.
Gotta catch some of them. Oh, I like
But
it.
I mean, I think
that's interesting.
I think it sucks a little that not all like 1,000 Pokemon are going to be in the game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a whole new meta is going to show up, and I think it's really cool.
I think it'll be cool.
Because it's just like, so here's just like a standard thing. Like, you have a Xerneas, right?
Mhm.
Big old fairy X deer
Yep.
from Pokemon X.
Yep.
It's one of its main counters in VGC in the past, and like Ubers has always been like Bronzong.
Okay.
Bronzong just kind of walls it a little.
Yeah.
But if like Bronzong doesn't exist,
What do you
Xerneas is just kind of chilling out there, and you got to use other things to counter it. Like whole different metas are just going to organically form.
Yeah, and well, I
Because
mean that's the good
checks
thing
and
about
counters
meta,
to certain
though.
things are just going to be gone.
That's the good thing about the meta though, because when people do one thing, eventually it'll take over, and then someone will be like, well, here's how you break it, and then people will look at that and they'll be like, but what can I do to prevent that? And then a whole new meta is born. So I'm not really afraid it's gonna mess anything up. It's just gonna change the whole landscape, which is good.
I think it's a different way to soft nerf and soft buff Pokemon. Instead of like going in there and tweaking things specifically, like gotta make this 10 more power, gotta nerf this ability, gotta change these numbers, just axe the Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's a different way of nerfing and buffing.
It's a way of doing it.
But besides competitive, all the Pokemon that were shown, the new ones, were pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Team Sobble all the way. Sobble's the best.
Score Bunny.
Don't at me. Sobble. Sobble is way better than Score Bunny, and it's way better than what Grunky.
If you're Grookey gang, get out of here.
Grookey, yeah, whatever.
Grookey's
dumb
yet.
But all the new Pokemon
Sobble's
they've
the best.
shown.
But he's picking Score Bunny. I'm getting Sobble, so you have to get Grookey. So
you're
sorry.
a Grookey.
Is that the water or is it the grass?
Grass.
It's a monkey.
It's a grass.
Oh, okay. Hey.
And yours is gonna be firefighting,
Probably.
and it's gonna look like a kickboxer or something.
It's
It's gonna be a soccer player.
Whatever,
But
man.
I mean, all the other Pokemon they showed, like
Hope you're happy with
Corviknight.
that.
Corviknight looked cool.
Corviknight did look
The
cool.
Corgi they showed, the little plants.
Wooloo.
Yeah, Wooloo.
Gotta love Wooloo.
There's another picture of a little like demon looking thing called Impy Dimpy.
I don't remember seeing that.
It was just from like the booth they had at E3,
Oh,
so we took a
okay.
picture of it.
That's awesome.
But there was a little thing in there called Impy Dimpy.
Impy Dimpy.
There's the one.
Well, you want me to mention BakaTaka?
Yeah.
there's a Pokemon named BakaTaka that's essentially spelled the same way as BakaTaka, and Chase wants to make it the mascot now.
It's gonna be.
I don't think we can do that like legally.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the new mascot.
It'll be the mascot in our heart,
Yeah.
but I don't think we can actually just lift it up and you. Well,
We're not making money off it.
original content.
I mean that's
Yeah.
true. Just change the color scheme.
We had it first. They copied us.
Yeah, you right. I mean, that's all I have for Pokemon.
I'm excited for it. Like
I'm super excited.
the last Pokemon Pokemon game that I think I actually went through was probably Y. I got Moon,
Mhm.
but I played a little bit and I was just like I'm not feeling it, and I took it back to GameStop. I got my in-store credit and I traded for something else. I don't remember what
Yeah,
it
like
was.
I'm sorry.
I love Pokemon. I'll play until
This
I die.
one though. Oh, just the whole. See, that's
There's
the
a lot
whole,
of new to it.
open world concept. I think is
Yeah.
going to be really good, and this is something we talked about earlier. I really want to see just how open world it is, because you mentioned the target demographic for this is mostly children.
Yeah.
So it can't just be open world.
Yeah.
The game's story has to be linear.
Yeah.
Linear.
Linear.
Linear to
Yeah.
a point. So I want to know how they're going to balance that out and make it work, because the wild seems so cool.
Yeah.
And it's obviously an open world kind of thing.
Mhm.
How do they block things off in there? It's
Yeah.
not like Breath of the Wild. Oh, just climb the mountain.
Yeah.
You know, it's what are they gonna do? How is just
I wonder if
cut the HM gonna work? Are there
So,
trees just randomly blocking?
they
things
did
Still?
they did
What's-
mention that the wild was just areas between cities, right?
Okay, so it's just like a
So it
route
might just
kind of
be
thing,
the new routes or roads or
but
whatever.
it's much more open.
Explore it
Yeah.
how you want.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really cool.
I'm gonna get it anyways.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
both copies.
And yeah, now you can buy both at the same time too,
Yes.
because they're letting you do that
Yeah.
for the first time ever.
Yeah, and people are abbreviating already as SWSH.
SWSH.
Yeah, I hate that.
Wait,
'Cause-
what?
So in competitive, they always abbreviate Pokemon like the current based on the current gen. So like
Okay.
Ultra Sun and Moon, people will just abbreviate it like
Oh, so
USUM,
US.
or they just call it like sumo or something.
Yeah.
Sumo. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I like
But-
that. Sumo.
See, I want Sword and Shield to just be called SNS because the Monster Hunter Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield SNS.
Yeah.
That's what I always wanted.
Nice.
But that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I want it.
All
I just
right.
want it now.
Yeah.
We'll move over to what we've been watching / playing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold
Oh.
up, man.
You got
Well,
any more E3 stuff you want to talk
let's,
about?
Yeah,
let's rewind back
You
a bit.
skipped Breath of the Wild too.
Nobody cares about that.
What do you mean nobody cares? I care.
Who's played Breath of the Wild?
Literally every one of our listeners probably.
Tell us.
I listen to us.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a
You
minute.
haven't played Breath of...
Wait a minute.
I should slap you right now.
George, talk about Breath of the Wild.
I want it. That's about all. I mean, they didn't really reveal a whole lot. So,
They didn't
reveal anything,
They just said it's in production.
so Zelda's got a new haircut. People are digging it,
Yeah.
and
Link gets
people-
fancy glowy hand power.
so I saw someone
That's
break
his
down the
guilty
trailer.
crown power.
I saw someone break down the trailer, and essentially what happens is they're exploring. They find like this cave or whatever, and basically Ganon's there, like
Mhm.
dead and held back from like getting his life back. And there's like this glowing hand holding him in place.
As one does when they die.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Happens
then things start shaking or whatever, and Zelda falls, and she's about to
And
go.
she bumps his hand.
No. So Zelda's falling, and then Link, he's like, oh no, don't fall. And then he reaches and grabs her, but then he's about to start falling. And then that glowing hand that's holding Ganon is like, oh no, don't fall. And the hand grabs Link. And because the hand let go of Ganon, Ganon was able to come back to life kind of thing. That's when you see him like, he like twists his head or whatever, and his eyes glow. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. But then you see Link get whatever that glowing hand power is, like kind of goes into him. So he's got some kind of mysterious power that we don't know exactly what it is. And it kind of looks like Zelda might actually be playable at some level in this game.
Ew.
Watch.
I don't
Zelda's
know.
already playable.
Watch.
What do you mean?
Watch him
You
come
play
back.
Zelda.
Yeah. That's why the game's
What
called
do
The
you
Legend. That's why the
mean?
game's called The Legend of Zelda. Duh.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Stop!
Watch him.
And-
Ganon's gonna come back, and Link's gonna be like, "Ha!" and he's gonna punch him like a bunch, and he's gonna kill him.
That's gonna be the
He's gonna
opening thing.
kill him at the beginning.
The beginning of the
it's
game
not like they're
kills
gonna-
Ganon,
yeah.
defeats him. Another big bad shows up.
Yeah, and someone
Link
else besides
is the big
team.
bad. You're playing as Zelda the whole time to save Link.
Is this some Shauna?
Well, so
What?
and so one of the reasons why people think it's actually reasonable that you might be able to play as Zelda is partially because her hair is shorter.
Yeah, she looks
They-
more like Link.
Well, no, that's not the reason. People were just kind of speculating. Shorter hair is easier
More
to
playable.
make not clipping things essentially when you're animating a character.
And
people
they,
like,
they could have did.
They did it for that reason. Oh, I don't know. I feel like if
That's a
Nintendo,
stupid
if they wanted
reason.
to, they could easily just
That's
know.
a stupid reason.
Nintendo. It's not like they lack money. If they wanted to have
It's not
long
like
hair,
he's
they
wearing
could.
like all those different armors
Yeah,
that like
I-
clip into
I
each
know,
other.
right? I know.
Stupid.
But people were saying that, and I was like, "That's, I mean,
That's
well,
really
not totally
grasping.
correct. It's not all. It's not wrong exactly.
But that's just like a
but
blanket state. You could just say that about random
You
things.
could
Be like, this isn't this way, so it could be used for that.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's why in anime, when they'll like pull up a book over their mouth, so they don't have to animate lip flaps.
Yeah.
Maybe they just wanted the book there, Chase.
Maybe they just wanted to show what they were reading.
Maybe we should just talk about anime on this anime podcast.
It's not an anime podcast. It's a weeb.
Let's move over to what we've been watching / playing.
Oh, this is deep stuff.
I don't really want it. Can we just end it here?
Yeah, you got somewhere to be?
No.
Me neither.
Me neither, man.
All right. Well, thanks for. Well, who wants to go first? I mean, I can. I haven't done a whole lot. All right, I'll take that as a yes. I'm going first.
To go for it.
George
You
is going
volunteered.
first.
So,
Don't kick
Chase,
I didn't
just
just kick the table.
the viewers know, Chase.
You guys took
kicked
my
the
chicken.
table. What?
You took my chicken.
You
I
didn't
actually
deserve
immediately
it.
thought of like KFC or something. Like,
Yeah.
what chicken did we take?
Yeah. Okay. Netflix now has a silent voice. The movie.
Yay!
I saw that. I immediately watched it. And guess what? It's still good. I still recommend the sub over the dub.
What's
I
his
watched
face?
it dubbed.
The
on
short
Netflix.
kid. His dub voice just doesn't really
It
work.
just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't match his character
I
quite
didn't watch
right.
the dub, so
I did like Show's voice though.
Yeah, I think he did a good. I think
Shoko-
all of them did.
I don't
good.
know, like Shoko. I could understand what she was saying. What she
That,
was saying
I think,
the
was a problem.
entire time.
Yeah.
I don't know because I don't know. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know if it was like that
Yeah.
in the sub version or not. But like for the most part, you could make out what she was like saying entirely.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't hard.
Oh, you mean like you wanted her to be like
Like
not understandable?
Well, I'm saying I don't know
There
the
were-
Japanese if it was like
I know
if,
in the Japanese
so-
one they had her, you know,
Like-
muffle and change everything because
Yeah.
she is deaf. Deaf people can't like talk.
Yeah,
normally.
yeah.
Well, she's got the little
Hearing
bit or
impaired.
whatever
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like I don't know if like she was like all mumble, like you just couldn't understand a word she was saying, or if like you could kind of understand what she was saying. It was
Mhm.
just like messed up.
So, yeah, I think part of the issue with her voice was that you could understand her points, but for me, it wasn't so much that you could understand her.
I
It
didn't
was
mind the dub for it. I didn't mind it.
the problem for me though with her voice was that it was kind of like a switch on or off. It either sounded like actual words and I could totally make it out,
Yeah.
or it sounded like complete mumbling.
Yeah.
Like literally no idea what she was saying.
Mhm.
Like I don't even think she was told to read words to like deliver that line.
Right.
And I'm just like, couldn't there be like a middle ground? Like, but
It's still a good movie.
I digress. Highly recommend that movie.
Show's got a sister.
Watch
Yeah.
it dub, watch it
Yeah.
sub, doesn't matter. It's a great
Read the
movie.
manga.
Read the manga.
In
Honestly,
subs.
in
Read the subs
in
and
terms
the-
of how to experience that story, I'd say manga, sub, then the dub. But all of those are fairly close together and they're all very high. So
Yeah.
do whatever,
I disagree
experience
with
that story.
George, but at the same time, I agree.
I can't read.
I can't read. I can't talk properly either.
Kakaguri XX second season is also dropped on Netflix. I began watching that. I think I'm 4 or 5 episodes in.
Nice.
Still loving it.
Ooh.
It
You
doesn't.
know what that means when
What?
they get to season 3?
What? Yeah, and I mean it's kind of already a little bit.
Vin Diesel's gonna show up.
It's gonna be
Ooh.
triple X hog.
I really like that show.
Clamp
And
universe.
so the first season came out what 2-3 years ago?
It was 2017
Yeah, it
2
was,
years
the,
ago?
it was the year it came out.
because
Yeah,
Okay.
season 2 came out last year. It was a year, right?
Yeah, and because Netflix,
Yeah.
it took forever to get it. They did a good job jumping right back into the show, like having been such a fairly decent time between the 2 seasons, or at least since Netflix made it even longer than it had to be. They did a good job making it congruent and not having to literally rewatch the first season or whatever so you could get caught up. So I'm enjoying that. I will be finishing that up
You can just
shortly,
search
I
it, my
imagine.
dude.
What are you looking for?
Nothing.
What
Don't
you
worry
typing
about
over
it.
there?
No.
He's trying to see when it aired, but he can literally just search it and go
I'm
Dude,
to
not
come
going to
on.
type it in and make all the clicky clacks.
because he
Whatever,
doesn't know
man.
how to spell.
Can't fail. Dude, just open up the mic and just say it. Just speak it. Or you just like hit the mic when I say the title and then just use me to say it. So we don't interrupt the viewer. Except it's too late for
You're-
that now. Are you done yet?
Wait,
Bruh.
stop.
What you doing?
What else you watched, George?
Yeah, what else you want?
Got caught up with JoJo's.
Uh-huh.
Still great. I think we're pretty much toward the final fight here. JoJo's is spicy.
It gets out of hand.
I love me some JoJo. So just because you've read the manga, or at the very least you know what happens.
Yeah.
Is this last fight supposed to last like 6 more episodes? Because that's what it looks like it's gonna happen.
It
'cause-
That's
gets
kinda
wild.
like-
okay.
That's
Just-
kind of
it
like
gets
what part 4
That's
did
all I need.
too. Like they
That's
found the
true.
house for like 4
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
So JoJo's is great. And Shield Hero. I got caught up with Shield Hero, and
I thought about starting Shield Hero, but I was
Mm.
like, it's only like a couple more weeks until it ends.
Shield.
Might
Yeah,
as well
it's
just
like-
wait at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah, you should just wait. Shield Hero,
Should get started
I
soon.
watched 3 episodes to get caught up, and I think it was episode 21. 21 pretty much wraps up like the whole story. At the end of 21, they could have just been like, all right, that's the last episode for the season. And I would have been totally fine with that. Like, it wrapped up a perfect story. And then they're like, we're just going to keep going. And they're going to give us more stuff. But it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not like they're just continuing to go. And it's like,
Is
why?
The scythe guy, the guy with the scythe and the red hair?
Yeah, what about him?
He comes in after episode 21.
What? Oh,
Was that not clear?
well, I thought you were talking about the spear hero, and I was like, he's been there the whole time.
But I said
Chase.
scythe.
I was conflating the two.
Yeah. Acting like I'm the stupid
Yes.
one.
The answer is yes, and he's great.
Okay.
I'm excited
Cool.
to see what happens in these next 2-3 episodes. I think two episodes left. I want to see where it actually ends, considering the point where I thought it could have easily ended and been fine.
Shield hero
has already
will
passed.
return. Shield hero will return.
Yeah, that's all I've been watching, and I haven't played anything.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah, pretty normal. Just
Yeah,
staying caught up. I started Kakaguri XX, and that's
I
about
feel you.
it.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So
You want me to go?
yeah, Aaron.
Or do you want me to go?
Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff I need to go through.
Oh,
So,
shoot.
For
Okay.
starters, before you get started, we rewatched Barakamon.
oh yeah, we did.
Yeah,
yeah.
let-
We
let's-
rewatched
I
Barakamon.
don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
It's,
It's
uh,
a really
the
good show from 2014.
Calligraphy artist dude
Yeah.
moves to the countryside, hangs out with all the country people. Kid comes over, hangs out all the time. It's fun.
This show is the most like Hinamatsuri without the aliens.
I think I know actually what this show
Yeah,
is,
he's got
but
the-
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Highly recommended if you're just into slice of life that really goes nowhere.
Okay.
Just,
Is it like
it's-
is it comedy kind of
Yeah,
thing?
it's
or is
comedy.
it just slice of life?
It's
mostly?
Hinamatsuri with more
less comedy?
warm and
Ordinary?
fuzzies. Warm and fuzzies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and less
It's-
aliens.
it's
because
more of
there's
just,
no aliens.
character growth with just comedy thrown in.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But
Cool.
all right, got that out of the way. All the other stuff I went into, I'll go through it and what I did in order. So I watched the Chuni movie.
Same.
Yeah, I saw wherever it came out. I was like, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know how to put. It was really good until the ending.
So it was good until it wasn't.
Right. Everybody wins until they lose.
Ooh.
I mean,
Kind of
that's how
feeling.
all of Chuni ends.
So to be fair, I
Everything
don't
Chuni
know
ends
But
anything
so-
about
that way.
Chuni.
So literally, how Chuni goes is season 1 is just like she's Chuni. Season 2, she's Chuni with other girl, but little character development. And they're like, here's an OVA. She's Chuni, but she's growing out of her Chuni. But then he's like, nah, she's staying Chuni. The movie was like, the whole story is like she's getting over her Chuni. Then it's like, nah, staying Chuni, no character development. Everything doesn't matter.
We scored it the same thing.
We give it a 6.
Yeah, we both gave it a 6.
I was like, this movie is really good. I was sitting there, I was hooked the entire time. And then it was like the last 15 minutes of, I'm so mad. I'm so angry.
The
This
Oh,
is
man.
stupid.
all the scenes
Okay.
with Deca Mori and Mori Summer,
Yeah.
just like pulling pranks on each other.
So that was fun. The fight on Tokyo Tower or whatever tower
Yeah,
was just stupid fun.
it's
It was KyoAni doing the normal thing of just over the top budget, having these stupid like Chuni fights, and then they go back into reality and they're literally just like throwing umbrellas at each
Yeah.
other.
and one spinning her hair. And
Yeah.
with,
Oh,
like,
that's amazing.
socks at
But
the end
the
of
story
them.
was really good, and then you get to the ending, and it's just like this whole movie was for naught.
Oh, okay.
It's
No,
like
I know what
all
you
this
mean.
character development they just kind of shot in the face. We're like, we're not really doing that, guys. I'm just like, okay.
That's how everything Chuni ends up going.
Yeah.
And then Kumin Sleepy Senpai just sleeps at the end.
Isn't
Yeah.
there like a season of some show on TV where they were like, hey, people didn't like what we did here and like the characters we killed off during this season. So like the next season they were like, it just opened with her, one of the main characters, just waking up from a nap, and it was like literally they just should have played it like that whole last season was a dream she had, and they were like,
I think I
it doesn't
remember.
matter, and everyone was like, we didn't like what happened, but we like this less because you won't even acknowledge it.
I think I remember that.
I don't know what show it was. Oh, but it was so dumb.
But it's not
I
like
heard
the
about
cool,
that and I was like, oh no.
But it's not like the cool way, like where Abdul was killed in JoJo's.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, why'd you kill him off? And he was like, well, I'll just write him back in. Which is
And
like,
then kill him again.
but it's just like he explained it how it could be real. It's just like, yeah, whatever. Character's back. And everyone's like, cool, we love Abdul.
Everyone
but,
loved
like,
Abdul.
But it's just like the Chuny movie was like, it was so good. It was like fun, like really good character development. Things are moving on. And then it was just the ending was not my thing. I was going to give it like a 7 or 8, and then the ending happened. And I was like, this is a 6.
Chuny's not my favorite killing. It's not even in like the top area.
It's I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite, but it's above average. I think I gave the entire season at least a 6 or 7 over like all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, and that's how much I like Killing It. Is that like it's in like the lower portion in my opinion, but I still like enjoy watching it.
I like the show enough that I actually rewatched the first season a long time ago. I don't really rewatch a lot of stuff, but I actually rewatched it. But I watched that. I finally got around to it, guys. I watched Promise Neverland.
It's about time.
Promise Neverland spoilers.
But I gave it a 6.
I saw that. Why'd you do that?
I think after we talked, you told me about that, and then I looked at mine, and I was like, did I really give it a 9? I think I lowered mine too. I'm not sure what I lowered it to.
Yeah,
but
all right, tell us why.
George and I were discussing it while we were working out, but I had a few gripes with it. So the show was really good, right? I wanted to keep watching the next episode. But the thing that bothered me the most was there was 2 things. It was one, whenever something happened, they just had to one-up each other, and things weren't explained how they were one-upping each other, right? Very well. And then all of a sudden, at the very end, it was just the reveal, I think, was too big. Like Norman's like scheme to get them out.
Oh, yeah, that was stupid retarded.
It was too big. The reveal was too big. It's like, I've been doing this since this day to do this, while she was doing this. I was like, okay, hold on. Everything you're doing, it would have been better if you spaced it out between a few episodes. These things happen here, these things happen here. But a lot of things felt like random and Deus Ex. Like, he was talking to the sister, and all the kids were outside the door listening. Yeah. It was like, okay, that's really random, but I guess you could just write that in. And the sister character herself, I felt like...
Mom?
No, not the mom, the sister.
Crone.
Yeah, Crone. I felt like her character could have just been written out completely.
Sister Crone?
Oh, the other
backup.
the other sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like she could have just not been in the show at all and would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah. Yes, and at the same time, they also did her death like terribly poorly.
Right.
I was telling George about this before. They had the moment where they could have made it like kind of terrifying, like her death, where they would like sync it up to with the kids eating, like biting into it and having, but they didn't eat them that way. They put flowers in them or something.
They put flowers in them.
Like, you're dead now.
Yeah,
you might eat the flower or something. I don't know. The aliens are dumb. I mean, why they even show them?
They really shouldn't have.
Yeah.
What they should have just left them like you could see like their hand or something like that.
They should have treated the demons like the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah.
Where it's just like this thing these things that you can't really see. But like if they do a second season, obviously reveal them then.
Yeah.
But season 1, don't like show them. Just make them the shadowy figure.
And what's her face? The first girl who dies, her body was like mutilated and stuff like that. Like it looked like it got eaten.
I think they were just trying to make the death creepy.
Though. I think I think that's all that
because
was.
Like man, it's like
I think they were just trying to be
stupid flower thing. But yeah, they could have like what's her face? The sister's death. Terrible. They should have did it like
it could have been a lot more.
It could have been a way more.
Yeah. Sister Crone, I feel like she could have just not been in the show at all.
They could have just rolled the necessary components over a different character.
all of her mom. Yeah, all of her plot devices could have been slapped into mom, and it would have probably been just as good or better.
Yeah.
But Norman's grand reveal was a little too grand.
Also,
I've been planning this since I was born.
Yeah. Norman, when she was taking him to there, and they looked at the room to the side.
Yeah.
And she's like, "We'll be waiting in here." It's just like that never got explained.
Yeah. That doesn't get explained, and then
it's just like what's in the room. Like, did he not die? Is he
we have no idea.
And then that whole like
I hope he's dead. That would be so stupid if they just like, oh, you're still alive.
Then
That's
Where's
fairy
your
tale.
commitment? Kill him.
That's fairy tale garbage right there.
Then the scene in the last episode where they spend like 5 minutes showing mom's past.
Oh yeah.
I felt like you're just trying to give her humanity at the last second. I felt it was just very thrown in.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for it.
Because it's the last time, like.
Yeah.
Because I assume that the manga keeps going.
Oh yeah, the manga keeps going.
Yeah, but that's probably the last time you're gonna see
But
Mom.
like, it was already assumed that Ray was her kid, and then she had that whole moment showing like she's become the mom and her training and all that, and giving her humanity. I was like, this is kind of out there.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it explains but it doesn't justify.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they could have shown Ray being.
She's still
her
an
kid.
awful person.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But it's just like it wasn't needed. There was just some stuff in there that wasn't needed. The reveal was too grand, and Sister Crone could have been written out completely.
Mhm.
But the schemes like they were doing, like the little ones in the show, were
Yeah.
good. It had me
Yeah.
going to the next episode.
Yeah.
It was a nice suspense thriller.
Yeah.
To get me to the next episode, but
it just wasn't erased.
yeah, the plot devices they used in the reveal were just not for me.
It was, for me, it was entertaining. There's a lot of problems with it.
Oh yeah,
A lot of, like I explained.
It's not the super high like this is the greatest show ever 9 out of 10.
I gave it a 7, and I remember you were like,
I
you gave it a 7.
I went down to a 7 after that
Yeah.
that reflection.
I
I
mean,
was surprised
I started
because you always talked so highly of it, and then I was
Yeah.
like, really, a 7?
Well,
after like all
also
the things
if you look
said.
if you look at how I score shows and stuff like that, that's
No.
still like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
7 still like
I also feel like
I started
the
with a
show
7.
itself
Yeah,
kind of leaned itself toward watching week to week.
yeah,
Because a lot of the reason why I liked it is I did think that from week to week it did a good job of leaving you on a suspenseful cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Even though some of them were like, there was no reason to leave me on so much of a cliffhanger.
I mean, the
You know?
cliffhangers were good enough too. When I was literally marathoning it,
yeah.
and they were good enough. Like, well, time to just load up the next episode. I need to see
Okay.
what happens.
Then maybe it wasn't a huge issue,
Yeah.
which I
Like,
think is
when they
Good.
would trap what's his face, Zach or whatever, what's his name, the mom's son or whatever.
Ray.
Ray. Yeah, when they like he would be like, I never gave that information to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It's just like, that's why you played the fool, Ray.
Another thing was
And Ray's like, oh, I am the stupid one.
the episode where what's his face, the tall kid that could pickpocket.
Yeah.
He wanted to go into that secret room that they figured out mom had.
Did he even give him that information after he came back up?
They
I don't remember.
told him that they went in there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
all of a sudden he pickpockets mom. I was like, where did he get this skill from? Why does he have this skill?
Yeah.
This does not get explained at all.
It's like,
He literally he's just a master pickpocketer, gets the key, they go in there, and then they get out barely, but they don't explain like how they got out. It's just like
Mom knew the whole
well,
time.
just like the hide
She
and seek
wanted it
game
to
was that-
happen.
just small things like that didn't get explained just kind of peeved me a little.
Obviously, Eric, it's because he's been playing this since he was born.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how.
But I mean, I'm not trying to
he
like.
knew.
all those little kids are gonna die.
I mean,
Yeah, they are.
It sounds like I have a lot of
Yes.
negative things to say about the show. It was a good show. It's just it's not as good as everybody was
No.
hyping it up to be.
No.
Like the way you guys were talking about it made me seem like it was like anime of the decade.
Oh.
But I watched it, I was like, it's pretty good.
It's entertaining.
Yeah,
it was
above
entertaining.
average.
It's kind of like how Attack on Titan was way back when.
Yeah.
The first season, because it was like, this is very entertaining. I
Yeah.
really like. I just want to watch the next episode and stuff. It's not perfect. Though.
They still have
It's
too
far
much
from
Chan.
perfect.
Yeah. But,
Way too much Chan.
yeah,
Way too much.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. It was pretty good. But moving on from that, I watched Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Hey,
Watched all of that.
so
It was really good.
you guys
love
like
it.
this more than I do.
I love it.
I loved it.
This is more of an R-rated kind of show for me, but you guys like it.
I mean, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was
I like
it was a very lighthearted Overlord.
I think I gave it an 8. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, because like they were throwing in like stuff in there that could be potential threats, but it's just the entire time they're not really threats.
Yeah.
No.
It's just gonna be dumb fun the entire time.
And it was. That's what I
it's
wanted.
just like
What did you think about the fact that you knew he was gonna get like a person body that he would start using,
Uh-huh.
and that doesn't happen until like 8, 9, 10 episodes in.
It's
almost.
like midway. Almost,
Yeah, it's midway. Because
What did you think about that? Because you were like, man, when is this gonna happen? Because that's how it was for me. Because like you see him in the first,
in the opening,
in the first opening, like it happens.
He's just running around, bouncing around.
And you're just like, when does this happen?
I wasn't really too concerned about.
No,
that.
I wasn't concerned about it either. But I
Yeah.
was just watching it. I'm like, how has this not happened yet?
Yeah.
Like what? What?
At some
I
point,
was just confused by it.
At some point, I thought it was just going to be like he was just going to scan magic on some human person and get it transformed. I didn't think he'd actually, eat her.
Yeah.
But it's just like it really didn't like bother me. I was like, oh, he's a human in the opening. Why doesn't he have this until halfway through the show? It never really bothered me. It was dumb fun because it was literally just world building from the ground up.
Yeah,
It's very
I think they did a really good job doing all the world building.
Yeah,
And I like that. I like seeing the world building that some shows do, because a lot of shows don't do that, and then it's like it's just an aspect that you're missing.
Yeah.
So.
And then even when the big like super demon thing came flying in,
Yeah.
and he told what's her face, like, you can't fight this. This is our problem. I was like, okay, this is cool. It was like, this is what we can do to fly, blah, blah, blah. We're showing our political power, what we've built up so far.
Yeah.
And then when they came to the realization, it was like, oh, this isn't our issue. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And she's just like,
The show is very
bye.
the show is very self-aware.
It is, yeah.
It's very self-aware.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun. It was just literally sitting down watching episode after episode after episode until I was just tired.
It's good. It's a good show.
It was really good. I loved it.
It's a fun isekai. Just watch it.
For it's the kind of isekai I like. It's Overlord. It's very world building, very overpowered. It's just goofy and dumb.
Gate.
Yeah.
See, while you're talking about this is not what Shield Hero is, though.
I know.
Goofy world building and like.
No, but it does do a lot of world building, and that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I like Shield Hero a lot. It does a very good job with the
when
world building, in my opinion.
When isekai does good world building, it's a good isekai.
It goes a long way. Any show, not even just isekai. I think in isekai it does benefit more in different ways because you're doing a whole different thing, because the world is so much of an integral part of the show, because it's a new world for not just the viewer but the character in the show.
If I'm in another world with my smartphone,
what a
and
good
I don't
show.
care about the other world that I'm in, I just care about the smartphone.
Is that ever going to get a second season?
hope
I'd watch it.
I hope
But it's
not.
just there's other isekai like what, Knights and Magic?
There's too
yeah,
many.
that was the mecha one.
Yeah, those one he was using his programming skill to
There was,
make magic mech. It was really dumb.
There was
the only reason I liked it was because Fauna did the opening.
Death March to a parallel world Rhapsody. That was super generic.
I heard that one was bad.
Just don't watch.
It wasn't
I don't
bad.
know.
It was just
don't watch isekai. Just
There's
watch
the grand
Slime and
Next.
the grandchild one that's here in the season.
just watch Slime and Overlord. That's all the isekai you need,
And Shield Hero.
I guess.
And SAO.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Moving on from that, I watched.
SAO is amazing. SAO is the best anime ever made. Anyway,
So,
continue.
I got 7 episodes into Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens.
Okay.
What?
It's
Is
You
it
don't
about
like it,
ramen?
do you?
it's a 4 right now.
Yeah,
It's
Is it about ramen?
no. I mean, ramen technically is in the show,
technically.
but it's about hitmen and literally them just killing each other.
and like gay hitmen. at the same
Oh,
time.
banana
It's not a
fish.
gay hitman. She's or he's just cross dressing.
That sounds like me. I'm just.
He says he likes it. I don't know, but it's
Okay.
it's
Who am I to judge?
I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Like
Yeah, it's a bet. It's worse than Bungo Stray Dogs.
yeah. So I mean, like the reveal is him being that the samurai hitman, was just like, okay, this was expected. You're not freaking anybody out here.
yeah.
Like the first couple arcs are just really bad, not enjoyable. The current arc I'm in though, the one with Hacker Boy,
Yeah.
is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I found his to be alright.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of it. I watched the first episode of his arc, but I mean, all the other stuff is they're just,
Things just kind of happen.
I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Things are just happening.
It's a very, very bad blood blockade Battlefront.
Yeah, it's like
It's very
so
terrible.
things
I
aren't
love Buck.
things aren't like organically progressing. It's just like we need to force a progress.
Yeah.
It's like he wanted to leave this hitman and join these hitmen, and they want to do this, but like they don't want him to do that. So they're like, we're going to reveal that we killed your sister. It was like, okay.
Look, if you want good hitmen, just watch John Wick.
Oh yeah,
Best anime.
yeah.
Best
Well, I mean,
anime.
I wouldn't suggest this show.
Actually,
It's really bad.
I'll get back to that when it's coming.
Yeah, don't watch Tonkatsu Ramen.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 4, so it'll probably go
Oh.
down by the time I'm done with it.
Probably.
If you don't drop
Why
it.
even,
but-
why even finish it?
I don't know. I'll finish it just to finish it. And then I finally got around to watching the OVA of Snow White with the red hair.
Okay.
The
There's an
OVA, but
OVA? I haven't
it was the
watched- I don't think
OVA
I've watched
between
that
season 1 and season 2.
Huh.
It was just showing their like date and stuff or whatever. It's
Maybe I've watched
it was just released to get people back into it for the second season because there was a break in between it.
Yeah.
And it was just on my suggested list. I was like, oh, I'll watch it. Get it out of the way.
I watched both seasons. I
It's
enjoyed
20
the
minutes.
show.
It was just very, very cutesy, very
Good way to
Filler
good
OVA,
reference.
just
yeah.
to bring
It's a
people
very
back in.
feel good
Yeah.
episode to get you back into
Gotta
it.
wash
Okay.
off that ramens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, I watched that. I mean, I gave it a 6 or 7. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Normal
Alright.
stuff.
That's not bad.
I mean, I think I gave it a 6. Yeah. I gave it a 6. I usually don't rate OVAs as high as
Sure, you-
actual
yeah.
shows.
Anime's alright. Yeah.
But
So it was above average. That's impressive.
yeah. It was. Did I watch anything else?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I watched.
No
Now,
more
what
One Piece?
I've taken a break from that.
Oh.
So I went through like 64 episodes and 2 movies in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm putting a break on Fairy Tail.
So I was just like, I need
Yeah,
to-
but there's a difference.
That's-
though. Fairy Tail's actually just bad.
Hey!
And you've said it
This is
doesn't end
true.
at all.
This is true. But that's why I went to go watch other things, is because One Piece I was burning out on it.
I believe it.
Yeah. But that's all I've been watching. I've been playing some other stuff. I got some indie game, Shadows of Adam.
Never
It
heard
was,
of it.
I don't know, it was like JRPG inspired. I made this game. So I played it. I got like 10 hours into it. Then I uninstalled it.
No.
Because it's very dry characters, very dry humor. It was
Okay.
like he was forcing just kind of haha moments into there. And then the character, they're little sprites, but they weren't like animated very well.
Oh, okay.
So like you can't tell if like there's literally one scene where they were talking in a room, but the girl character was just looking at a wall.
I'm looking at the wall.
Yeah, a girl character was looking at the wall, but she was having a conversation with the other people in the room.
What are you doing over there?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time explaining this because you're doing that.
I
but-
don't know what you're doing.
But she's looking at a wall and they're having a conversation. I was like, is she talking with them? Like, what's going on? Who's
Just keep looking at me. Stop.
Keep making sounds.
Hey.
Anyway.
obviously still playing Azure Lane? World 12 was released. Cleared that in a day because I'm too good at the game.
People don't send him friend requests.
Yeah.
Because he's like level
So,
96.
I was
Never-
on his account. He's like level 30 or something. He's got like 10 friend requests, all from a bunch of people. Nobody ever sends me friend requests.
On what?
Azure Lane.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're a whale.
I'm not a whale.
Mm,
How much do you think I spent on the game?
I know for a fact you don't spend much on the game, but that doesn't mean you can't be a whale.
You play so much Azure
So?
Lane 24/7.
I'm not playing right now. I wish I was playing right now.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm
not
playing right now.
24/7.
But World 12 was released, cleared it in a day because I'm that good.
Heh.
And then, so at E3, they announced Last Remnant remastered on the Switch. It's
Yeah.
in the shop, available now. So I went on there, took my coins that I've been building up, got like $10 off of it, bought it.
How much
What-
was it?
It's like $20.
What
Says,
kind of
yeah,
what,
price.
what kind of game is it? Like what genre?
So JRPG.
Okay.
It's from the people who made the Saga games. So like Romantic Saga, Frontier Saga, all those old
Okay.
Saga games. The Saga guys are the ones that branched off from the Final Fantasy crew.
Mm-hmm.
They made Final Fantasy 2 and then like branched off to make the Saga games.
Okay.
And it's very convoluted because like grinding is bad. And to get like the stats and skill gains you need, you have to have like a degree in physics and engineering
Oh wow.
and be a math major to understand the backgrounds of what's going on.
Okay. That kind of game.
But I love the game. I love the game so much. So I bought it. And that's what I was playing earlier before we started the show
Mm-hmm.
that you're yelling at me for.
You just wouldn't put it down.
I would. It's a great game. I love it. But
It wasn't really that. I was asking what it was, and you said it's this game. It's called Last Remnant. I was like, yeah, but what is it? You're like, it's this game.
Because I was in the middle of a battle when you were trying to get me to talk about it, but I was trying to concentrate on it.
Eric, everything about me is more important. So you should have just put it down.
Yeah, you
had
right.
a conversation.
You're right.
Want to talk about me?
You're right, but that's covers everything I think I've been doing the past couple weeks.
Right, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that covers it.
And
I had
checks.
notes this time to make sure.
That's a good idea. Should do
I mean,
that.
I just checked my recent.
I mean, that's what I was
watch
doing
and-
for my recently watched, like games and E3 news. And
Yeah, you gotta have those
I
talking
needed a
points.
You guys gotta get the notes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, I watched Ghost in the Shell 2: Innocence, the
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good as the first.
No.
I feel you.
Figured.
I feel you.
Oh, I mean, I didn't like the first one either.
What?
I thought it was like good animation.
I think I rated most of the Ghost in the Shell stuff like 5 or 6s, four
Yeah.
4 to 6s.
For
Yeah,
me,
I
it
love the
was
first
for me
movie.
it was pretty much like that until I got to Standalone Complex.
Yeah.
Standalone Complex. is
I give
good.
the first
series.
movie a 7 or 8.
The series.
Probably give it more than that, but I give it like
Yeah.
a 7 or 8.
The series I love,
I'm gonna check
I love
and make
Standalone
sure that
Complex.
that's where I think it should be.
but the original show,
Mm-hmm.
Watch Chun-Li.
What do you think of it? Since we both watched
I thought it like pretty much the same thing as you. I didn't really care too much. I wasn't expecting much from it because I didn't like season
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2 really. I mean, season 1 was alright.
Yeah.
Season 2 was just goofy stuff, and then they added the character who no one likes.
Mhm.
Let's see. I got caught up. I watched all of the Hetalia that I didn't watch to that point. Hatalia's really funny.
It's
really
not my thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not my.
I mean, it's
Aren't they only like 5 minutes long?
yeah. They're 5-minute episodes.
Okay.
There's like 4 seasons, like 120 episodes. It's
Oh,
like
maybe I'll
watching the
watch it.
first season of Psychic K.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch them just to get it out of
Yeah.
the way.
It's it's
Pad the list.
the way they portray America specifically is just like it's so accurate.
Mhm.
He's just like, I'm the hero. Let's eat burgers.
I mean, whenever I think of Hetalia too, I think of that story that what was
Vic
it?
Monte Carlo.
Yeah,
Was
Vic-
it? Yeah.
Vic Montoya told us
Yeah.
about the Hetalia cosplayers that were at the Holocaust,
Oh
the,
no,
the Holocaust thing. Oh man,
That's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
That seems
Cringy.
yeah,
That's a bad play right there.
it is a big yikes for me.
Okay. So you guys know how I was talking about that Bungo Stray Dogs and
Yeah.
how much I don't like it.
No, I don't remember that at
I
all.
watched the second best gangster hitman anime.
Is it better than Tonkatsu Ramen?
John
Oh,
Wick
it's way
Chapter
better.
3.
The only reason it's not number 1 is because Bakano always will hold that place because it's
Bakano is
it's like
really
5
good.
tiers above everything
Bakano
else.
is very, very good.
I watched Gungrave.
Okay,
Gungrave is so awesome. I'm kind of upset I didn't watch it sooner. This show, oh my goodness,
Never even heard of it.
it's so good.
wasn't it on Toonami a long time ago?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, because it's not like.
No, I think it was Adult Swim. It was Adult
Yeah,
Swim.
Okay.
they didn't really like. It's not gory or anything, you
Yeah.
know, not super bloody and stuff like that. But like, oh my goodness, it follows 2 guys. What are their names? There's Harry and there's what's his name? Man, what's the main guy's name?
Man, I don't know.
I don't
Man,
know.
I don't
I've
know.
never
Most
seen
of,
it.
Anyway,
most of the
That's
time,
the
I don't
name.
remember character names
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Well, these guys have English names.
Well,
It's,
that
it's
makes it
Brandon.
easier.
Brandon, duh. It's Brandon and Harry. These guys who are friends, like from like, basically they grew up in the same orphanage and then they grow up to like high
Classic.
school and they both join the mafia together.
Classic.
So that, and it grows up and it shows how they both kind of like go like ended up turning against each other, even though they both. Brandon basically becomes like super powerful and he's like
Mhm.
really good, like he's the best hitman there and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And he's working to help push Harry up to like the top and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then like when it gets to a point where Harry's like, I'm not gonna make it to the top and stuff like that, he ends up killing Brandon. And then like Brandon comes back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What if I want to watch this?
Then watch it.
spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like they explained this from the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
he's
Well, now I can't
Yeah.
watch the first episode.
Now I have to
without
start
you
at episode
spoiling it.
2.
yeah.
Thanks a lot.
I mean,
And apparently, it's really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
How many episodes is it? Like 26?
26, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It's-
that's too long.
Man, Gungrave. This show is so, I love this show so much. It's
What'd you
really
rate it?
good.
What'd you rate
Okay.
it?
I gave it like 7 or 8. I
Okay.
can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, That's pretty good.
So like normal people would be like a 6.
No, it's ranked pretty high here.
You can't trust those Mal ratings.
Yeah, I know. What do people
Chase
rate
rates
this?
so much lower than I feel like he would rate. Like if I listen to Chase talk about a show,
Right.
and he's like, "It's so good," I think I gave it a 7.
Yeah.
That's
like-
good. It's literally labeled as good.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, the way you talk about a lot of shows, how you
always
really
sound, like,
enjoy them.
super-
But then you look at your mean score and it's like a 5 point something.
That's
Yeah.
because I watch a lot of garbage.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it means you know that garbage is garbage,
Yeah.
which is good. Because obviously I don't with my mean score of like 9.5.
My 10s, I'm so passionate about those, and my 9s, I'm pretty hype on those.
I don't even know if I've got my mean score down to like 7
I only have
point something.
one.
I probably
10.
haven't. I can look.
I think
My
I
mean
have
score.
110.
Oh, my mean score is 7.89.
That is
That's
really
a win
high.
for me.
That is high.
That's a win. It's in the 7s.
There's one show airing this season. It's about playing the koto, that Japanese instrument thing.
Why are we talking about the season? You dropped it.
Yeah, I know. But as I was watching the show,
Are there any other shows this season that you aren't watching but also watching?
let's see. There was
We're talking about mix.
Kono Yo No. I'm probably gonna drop that actually because it wasn't good.
Hey, you can
I
just
mean,
click
it
on
was
it and get
6,
the English name.
Yeah,
we're all
It's
white
you
here.
know. There is no English name.
Yeah, it says
You know, a girl
English.
who chants love at the bound of this world.
What?
I don't know, but
That's
it's
just read the Japanese name.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
dumb. Come on, man.
Anyway, I'm gonna drop that. There was another show I watched that's bad that was airing this season. I dropped that after the first episode. There's another show. It was just bad. I dropped the other 2 shows. I don't even know the English titles of these. I watched Sangatsu no Lion season 3.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Is that
March comes in like Lion.
yeah?
Uh-huh.
Season 2.
Okay, it's on
Yeah.
Netflix, right?
It's really good.
Yeah, we know it's good.
I love this show so much.
I don't know. I dropped the first season because I didn't like it.
The character designs.
I dropped it halfway through the first season.
Then
'cause
it just felt kind of boring.
I mean, it was very slow, and you had to.
Did you
kinda
guys-
have to be into shogi to get? I mean, I'm not dropping it to drop it. I dropped it because I was going to wait for
Okay,
more to come out.
So season 2 specifically, shogi doesn't matter. I mean, it is like the driving like sport thing and stuff like that, but like less than a third of the episodes
because they
focus
actually
on,
show
the
like
actual games.
his like past and his character development.
Yeah, yeah, it's
yeah.
Did you guys get to the point where he yells? I know you didn't. Did you
No,
get
I
to the
certainly
point where the
did not.
episode where he
No,
yells
He yells at who? One
at,
of the
at the
sisters or-
world?
Oh,
I
damn.
don't remember how far
Yeah.
I got into it.
That's the point where I was just like, this show is special because they get like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
Ray Kiriyama is like, he's a precious boy. Got to protect that smile.
I got Your Lie in April kind of vibes from it.
Yeah, it's a lot like
and
that.
I really liked Your Lie in April, but I it was like I was
This
getting those
show-
vibes, but it almost felt like it wanted to be that, but it wasn't quite.
This-
and that for that reason I
So-
dropped it. I
So
think.
for what it is because Your Lie in April is more about like the joy of performing. You know, that's more of like the one of the themes of the show.
Well, it's certainly about other things too.
Yeah, but like that's so. Let's say that one's like violin and piano, and this one's
Yeah.
shogi and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You-
yeah,
you,
yeah.
You compare those things together. So that one's about like what's it called? The joy of playing like an instrument and
It's
stuff
like
like that. It's
Love
like,
and Lost though.
yes, but
in a
she's
way.
also showing him that he can still enjoy playing the piano.
Yes.
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 That's the
Well,
point.
Okay.
she's also a dirty liar.
She is.
Yeah,
She
but you
lied
still
in
like her,
April.
and you still
She lied in
What?
April. Right?
I can't
Spoilers.
believe that.
What
Anyway,
a liar in
uh,
April.
March comes in like a lion is
it's
like
a month before April.
I know, right? They aired it. No, they didn't air it at the same time. Anyway, this one it's like that kind of show, but it's kind of like silent voice mixed in with it.
Okay. Maybe
like
you'll have to
no
give it
joke.
a second chance.
Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness, I love this show so much. This one I gave like an 8 or like a 9 or something like that. It's really good.
It's okay.
This
Okay.
is, yeah, you guys gotta watch
I mean,
it.
I would plan on watching it. I got other things on my playthrough that I want to watch.
A lot of anime out
I'm
there.
going through a lot of recent stuff.
Okay.
I'm in an
Yeah.
isekai kick.
I was watching.
Darling in the Franks. It's not
I
isekai,
know.
but it's
But I'm in an
Good
isekai
bad.
kick, and I've been looking at isekais, even though I know they're bad.
Have you watched Trapped in Another World with my smartphone?
Nope.
Oh, it's fun.
Nope.
It's
I'm waiting
it's so
for-
bad it's good. I
I'm waiting-
honestly highly recommend it. It's so good it's
I'm
bad.
waiting for Shooter.
It's so bad it's good, excuse me. It's not so good that it's bad. It's certainly not. It's so bad
It's so
that
good
it's
you'll hate it.
I love it. Because I'm just like, this is ridiculous. And I think it kind of knows that it is. I'm just not sure though.
I
They
don't
could
know.
just genuinely think
I
it's
mean,
a good idea.
they have to know that.
They
right?
have to. There's no way they
have to.
can't, right?
Like the way the show. This episode's been going on long
Oh,
enough.
yeah. I told you it was going to be a longer episode.
Anyway, hey everybody, you just listened
Like you're just
for
cutting
another.
off.
You're just done. You're just done. Just
Yeah.
keep going. We might as well. It's
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, just
let's
finish
keep going.
whatever.
It's been like an
else-
hour and a half. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, just finish
Yeah,
whatever
right,
else you
right,
want to say.
I mean, are you done though? Because like if
Have
you're
you
done,
played
then sure
anything?
end it. But like, don't you have more?
I was last night kind of rewatching some Haruhi.
Okay.
No, we don't need to know
Yeah,
about
who
that.
cares about that? Have you done anything else? Playing anything?
I played Spider-Man.
Wait, Spider-Man on PS4?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
I really
on
wanna
sale
play
for
that.
$20.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I honestly, I heard about that, and I was like, do I just pick this up before I even get a PS4 since it's on sale?
I was actually thinking about texting you that. I was like, why don't you just pick this up? Yeah.
I thought about it. I saw
Yeah.
the email from GameStop, and I was like,
Yeah, because you can literally just go
Maybe.
to the PlayStation website, create an account, and just buy it.
buy it. Yeah, and then just get a PS4 and download. Because I've been looking at playing that forever. Because I don't know, I really like Spider-Man. The game I've heard is actually just really good. And
Yeah. Alright, that's good.
So-
I mean, we've talked about this before, so.
all right.
Alright, is that
Yeah.
what you've been doing? Anything new? Anything different?
I think that's it.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thanks.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I did it.
Did
Yeah.
a good thing.
Alright. I mean, anybody else got anything else to add? Because we covered a lot.
Yeah, we did cover a lot. I mean, we covered E3,
It's
got
a
people
special
up to,
week.
updated everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of Pixel 4 release / announcements.
Talk about Pokemon.
Pokemon.
hey everybody, you just invested 90 minutes. 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
minutes.
Into this precious, most awesome, super-tacular weeb podcast of all time. Because it's the best. If you don't agree with us, make sure to leave a comment down below.
We won't read it. We will specifically go out of our way to avoid it.
You
Let's
gotta
take your part.
Oh,
smash that like button.
ring the bell. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Do it for every shonen hero in one. Me.
Yeah, and for those shonen heroes out there, we can flex on them haters. That's gonna be the episode 11. BakaTaka. Goodbye.
Later.
Peace. You didn't say I've been chased. You didn't say George, Eric. We ended wrong. We gotta start over.
Wait,
On the left, we got George.
we did the intro, so that's
Actually, you didn't do
I don't
the
know.
intro either. On the left, we got George. In the middle, we got Eric.
You're right.
They don't know who we are.
On the left, it's George. In the middle, it's Eric.
That's me.
And I'm on the right, and I'm Chase.
Man, you can't. It's over. We're gonna do it first.
So he is the middle, but if he's in the middle, then I'm on the right and you're on the
They're
left.
sitting over here.
Yeah.
You're on the left.
Hey, you need to stop recording.
I'm gonna hit that.